Mid-American Conference Football Media Day continues from Ford Field in Detroit, Michigan. Ball-State players Malik-Dunner and Jacob White. Malik, let's start with you. Wide receiver now, transitioned rather from running back to wide receiver. How's that going, and what do you like about it?
I just love running. It's the biggest thing. It's kind of hard, coming out of the backfield and having to run through a couple guys, and rather than being outside the receiver and have to just run through a corner or just a safety. But it's been fun. I mean, I hit the ground running with it. I've kind of knew the routes before I moved over anyway, so it's been good for me.
It seems like they just want to get the ball in your hands in some space. Is that, and that has to be.
That's ideal.
I see the smile on your face.
That's ideal. I mean, if I'm in space, one or two guys, they're probably not going to catch me. So I think it's been fun.
Jacob, last year, 32 solos, 4.5 tackles for loss. Almost took one away from there. Sack, interception. This defense returns 9 starters. What do you expect from the defense this year?
Yeah, I expect a lot. Obviously, the continuity and the experience is there. And with that being said, we need results and more of those. So everything's there. We lost, a couple guys, but are very intact for the most part. And we're real experienced, like I said, and we're going to be on the same page more, and that should translate with more turnovers and more 3-and-outs. And what we really do need to do is get turnovers and score off those turnovers as well. It's been a while since we've had a defensive touchdown, and that's kind of what we're itching for, and that's kind of what we want and how we attack each day.
I mentioned the 9 starters back. What do you expect the defense to look like when you guys are playing the way you want to? What's the defensive side of the ball going to look like?
Yeah, I just swarm. A lot of hats to the ball. A lot of guys kind of in that last camera lens around the ball. I expect 11 wild men out there with kind of throwing their bodies around and not worried about how you're going to feel the next day. And that's kind of what we're striving for. And I'm really excited for our defense. We had a couple guys change positions. And a couple other guys that we've relied on that are going to start for us too. So it should be a different Ball State defense, and we're really excited for the season. If we could fast forward, we could, but it's a waiting game now, I guess.
Got to go through camp.
Yeah.
Malik, 8 on offense. What is the strength of this offense? What do you look for?
We got a lot of people back, and kind of like Jacob said, we lost a couple guys too for personal reasons, and they had to do what they have to do, but I think it's big, having those guys back, especially on the line, the experience up front. Everything starts up front. Everybody knows that. So I think that's the biggest thing is just having guys that's played. I feel like we're one of the oldest teams in the MAC, and to have everybody back, everybody can do what everybody can do, so it's good.
A lot of speed. Fair to say you have some speed at the skill position?
Yeah, pretty good speed and experience. That's the biggest thing. You can be good if you want to, but if you haven't played, it's kind of hard to go out there and perform.
If there was an area that you guys would say, we need to get this headed in the right direction team-wise, what do you want to see in order to get where you want to go?
We just want to see the team just take those next steps. Like defense, like getting turnovers and scoring, and offensively, us making big plays, bigger plays. That was an emphasis of last year, emphasis in the spring, and defense. They want to create turnovers. So as a team, offensively and defensively, we just need to come together and special teams and just do everything right.
Jacob, you feel maybe people might be sleeping on Ball State a little bit?
Yeah, and that's fine. We don't care what other people think. All that matters is those guys inside the locker room and our coaches. That's not our job to speculate. It's not our job to think we deserve more attention. That kind of just doesn't mean anything to us. So that'll happen with the success that we'll have this season. But I wouldn't say that's something we worry about. That's something we care about. That's because it's not. And we're just going to let our play on the field, settle all those doubters and whatever the case may be.
Malik, what about confidence level of the guys on this team?
Confidence it's good. Guys are really confident. Like I said, it comes with experience. Guys have played, so now they know what to expect, from other teams and what to expect from themselves. So I think that's the biggest thing. It's just those guys that have played, that are back, and have had good seasons.
Malik-Dunner, Jacob White, Ball State, we appreciate the time. Best of luck in 2019. Mid-American Conference Football Media Day will continue from Ford Field in Detroit.